computer says it's only 4:55, but it does. So
in this day and age, you would think that time would be more standard than ever. I remember setting watches and things being slightly slower and things being slightly faster, and this one runs this way and this one runs that way. But at this point, and if you can't handle 60 seconds
or
accurately,
I could see like, oh, it's on the wrong time zone. You're a full hour off.
Official times, that should be, they're paying attention to everything else. They should pay attention to what time it is.
I think so too.
Official Apple time is 5:01.
Apple time. That's not a thing, is it?
Well, and then we could all fight about that. We could be like, well,
Mustache time. It's time to party.
5:02.
That's right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I love
this. People are still late.
Yeah, especially me. Yeah. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. It's, tomorrow is America's birthday. So happy Independence Day to everybody who lives in the United States. And if you don't live in the United States, happy 4th of July. A lot of people get that mixed up. They call it Happy 4th, or, they say that. But it's really Independence Day. Now, Chris, do you know what one of my favorite holidays is?
Independence Day.
It is. I thought you were going to say Christmas, which it is, because it's Jesus's birthday, and the house always smells nice, and Independence Day is another one of my favorite holidays. What's one of your favorite holidays, Chris?
I really like Halloween, although I rarely do anything for Halloween anymore.
Okay.
Independence Day is fun because it's summertime and you get to go outside. And when I was a kid, it seemed like forever for July 4th to come around.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Because you really wanted summer to come back?
Well, because it was summer, and that was maybe like the pinnacle of summer. And it seemed like it took forever to get there. and now it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like the other, I was like, we're already 7 months into the year.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So, yeah. But, least favorite holidays, Easter's.
You're heathen. You are just positively
and
it is my responsibility to turn you into a believer.
Okay, I'm not saying I don't believe. I'm just saying, no presents, no costumes.
Okay.
No candy. Well, there's
candy. Yeah,
but it's all pastel.
Yeah, I love it. I like to make take those Peeps and make Rice Krispie treats.
Oh yeah, and
extra
s'mores,
sugary.
And watch the little eyes bug out.
No, you mix them up with the thing.
No,
not
I meant
s'mores.
if you're making s'mores.
Oh, yeah,
with
okay,
them,
yeah, you're
then
right. You're right.
Well,
so what do you guys think? What's your favorite holiday? We've got a holiday weekend this weekend, and one of the things. Okay, here's something that we don't do here at TTG. We never have a Memorial Day sale or a Veterans Day sale or
celebrating.
Now
days of remembrance.
That's right. If there are any veterans out there, we absolutely will cut them a break. 365. What are the odds that I'll cut a veteran a break on a TTG guitar any given day, Chris?
100%.
100%. That's right. Yeah.
But 365 out of 365.
That's right. But what we don't do is we don't try to turn something like Memorial Day into a reason to have a sale. But a celebration that is ongoing, not a memorial thing. We do have an Independence Day sale going on right now through Monday. You can declare your independence from high prices. And there's something else I want to talk about too. But let's take a super chat from Tazzy Tim, who says, a small donation to the after work knockoffs. Thank you so much, Tazzy Tim. And thank you, Jay. That's very, very, very cool. Ben says he likes Thanksgiving.
I like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. One of the nice things about Thanksgiving is it's that time of year. I think it's usually in November, right?
Yeah.
And it can be cold and chilly, and just a good excuse to get together and eat some food and have some fun.
That's a really good.
Which I think a lot of holidays just basically end up being that. Oh, we get to get together and have fun and eat.
The older you get, the best part about holidays are food oftentimes.
Yeah, food and family and friends.
So anyway, but Independence Day is an important holiday here in the United States. And to celebrate that, we have lowered the price barrier of entry on a lot of things. Okay. Mm-hmm. So in fact, many things are already gone. So right now, all the guitars that I built in the workshops are 55% off. I have no idea why I chose 55, but
you can't.
I can do whatever I want.
55.
Yeah. It's 5 better than 50. Yeah. And I've also decided that if you wanted to order one of the 57 Challengers, you can, there's a code. It's America Rocks 57. If you go to the website and you fill out the thing to pre-order your 57 Challenger, you type in America Rocks 57 in the coupon code, you get 17.76% off the whole guitar order.
What's the reasoning behind that number?
Well, because in 1776, the United States declared its independence from Great Britain and a bunch of other stuff. Jay Valenti sent us $20 and says America because Jay is an American, and thank God for that.
Yep. So next year, 250. That's probably the biggest celebration that you and I are going to see.
Probably
after 1976.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was.
Do you remember
approximately 200 years, give or take?
Yeah. Do you remember anything from like the 1776 stuff, or were you too little of a kid to remember big parades or something like
in
that?
1976?
Yeah.
Oh no, everything. Yeah.
You remember? I don't remember very much.
Oh really?
No.
Everything from seemingly, because I was really into, red, white, and blue, but it was all stars and stripes. Everything, everywhere you went, Bicentennial glassware and plates and shirts and everything was Bicentennial.
So 100 years would be Centennial. 150 years Sesquicentennial.
Sure.
No, I'm asking.
I don't know.
Well, so what's going to be 250, or is that Sesquicentennial?
I don't know, but it's a fairly round number.
Yeah, it's a pretty big
unless
deal.
medical advances change, we shan't see again.
You and I aren't going to make it to the 300. Yeah,
nobody really cares, right?
Yeah,
but So I'm really looking forward to a big party next year.
That's right. It's going to be neat. You should.
250 is, I mean, how many other places can say, oh, well, 250, that's pretty good.
I don't think that cornflakes are 250 years old. So yeah. Brad Guitar Miller says, happy birthday, America. Been too long, no talk, my bad. I think I know what you mean.
Guitar Miller?
Yes. Hope you have a great weekend. Keep an eye out for some goodies coming your way. Oh, cool. Thank you, Brad. Let's see. Mike Beckloff is here. Dan Andradis is here. Seal Beach Mike, now Atlanta Mike, says, happy early Friday all. Thank you, Mike. Mike, okay. I don't know if you guys follow us on Instagram or Facebook or any of the other socials.
I was winking at Mike.
If Chris, if you need help, blink in the camera. Yeah, if Matt's holding you here against your will.
Yeah, I think you can see that.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
If you follow us on the socials, you saw Mike's new guitar, which it's sort of the it's not the official release of the Hustler, because we've got 4 more that are ready to go. Let me just tell you, the Hustler is really, really cool.
Yep.
And you know what? Okay, guys, if you don't know, because you haven't seen it, there's something, I don't know, I'm not going to say otherworldly, but there's something very worthy about that instrument. And there's something very cool and very special and very unique about that and all the instruments that are behind us and all the instruments that we make. And if you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? A lot of people see this stuff.
Get
it. They see this stuff on like, you know, on the reveal video or in a picture or something, and they're like, I got an Indonesian Dimebag Daryl thing. It's every bit as good.
It's good.
Well, and you know what? But so if you don't get it, you definitely don't get it. But if you don't, man, I guess it's a good thing that Guitar Center is open at 10 o'clock in the morning, because that's your speed. You should go get that. Anyway, let's take another super chat from our good friend Gary Redburn, who says United States semi-quincentennial. Is that true, Gary?
I'm just gonna go with 250.
Yeah.
Gary, I'm sure Gary's right.
I'm sure it just sounds. Yeah. I don't know what Gary would stand to gain by. Yeah, exactly.
From lying to us.
So is
just making up numbers.
Is sesquicentennial 150? I don't know.
I don't know. Right. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys are here making moves. The 1976 quarters were the best ones. Yeah, I remember those.
Oh yeah, and that was a thing for quite a while. Even after that was it's a bicentennial, because I think they had like the eagle on the back. It was a different quarter.
Yeah, it was slightly different on the back.
That was really fun for a long time.
It was good.
Then they started, and I mean 76 lasted until 77 at least, maybe even into 78.
Okay, like all the stuff that okay.
Yeah. I bought a glass at an antique shop, and it was just a kind of a garbage like iced tea glass or something like that.
Okay.
A little highball, whatever they call those. But it was Stars and Stripes, and the paint was really good, and it was,
Oh yeah, it was weathered
neat.
very well.
But this was 20 years later. It was in 96 or something like that. And I bought it. I was like, man, this is really cool. It's like a bug. And I think it broke the first time I washed it. And I was like devastated.
No,
not my 1976 glass. Because you could sort of tell that it was, because it was very, very plain and boring, except for it was red, white, and blue, and Stars and Stripes and flags. And
otherwise you just put juice in it or whatever.
Well, that's probably what I should have hand washed it. But anyway,
lesson learned.
I guess.
That time, yeah.
Well,
Chris, so we're not going to be here tomorrow.
No.
I will be. I'm having my. I think Greg called it Matt's stay off my lawn weekend. Because
old man Flaherty stay off my lawn weekend.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of anything. However, I did talk to Dylan today, and he and I might do something special this weekend. And Dylan, if you're watching, I'm not trying to. How about this? Dylan and I may or may not do something special this weekend, and you may or may not see it. Yeah. Dylan will not be in Colorado, and I will not be in Georgia. But I don't know that it's going to happen. So but so don't start holding your breath right now. But
don't stay in all day.
No,
waiting for Matt and Dylan to do their thing.
It is my understanding that if we do this, it won't be something that you see this weekend. It'll be like later on. But Dylan,
so go do what you want to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Light the neighborhood on fire. Nothing says Happy Independence Day like losing a finger.
That's right.
Or injuring yourself.
Richard Ryan, my old buddy from the NOAA building, says, are you guys making a guitar to celebrate the Sasquatch-tennial? As a matter of fact, Richard, we are. Blank nobody. That's basically saying I'm anonymous, but without saying anonymous. Maybe anonymous was already taken. Said, can somebody buy this guy a replica hat of Doc Holliday's giant hat from when Val Kilmer played him? This mustache it makes a statement.
I think you should actually
I think
magic marker this a little bit.
I need to dye the
because then I can sort of see it, but if it was bold and beautiful, then you'd really have something.
I don't know that that this hat does Val Kilmer any justice, but here's something you need to know.
And I'm gonna Johnny Tyler hat.
I'm gonna irritate a lot of people. I'm going to irritate probably a bunch of people that I don't mean to irritate.
This is just, can I preface this?
Sure.
This is just a statement.
Mm-hmm.
This is just an opinion from Matt Flaherty. Mm-hmm. His opinion may differ from your opinion.
What is it they say? That the opinions of Matt may not
represent this channel.
Yeah.
or the participants in this channel.
I liked Val Kilmer's portrayal of Doc Holliday in the movie Tombstone, as much as I liked Bruce Willis's portrayal of John McClane in Die Hard, and I did like that a lot. But I liked Dennis Quaid's version of Doc Holliday much more than Val Kilmer's.
So this is something that I've known about you for a really long time, and when you first said it, I was like, I don't know how he could possibly say that. But the more I think about it and the more time passes, I don't 100% disagree.
Okay.
Dennis Quaid does a fantastic job. Plays a very, very different Doc Holliday. His part in that movie is much, much smaller because that movie is more the entire life of Wyatt Earp.
Hence
the
name.
Way less screen time and is way more of a secondary character than Val Kilmer is in Tombstone, who is arguably almost the main character. Not really, but I mean, when people talk about that movie, that's the guy they talk about, even though there's a bunch of other good people in it. So but as far as the real Doc Holliday, probably Dennis Quaid plays it closer to the real guy, and he's really good in it.
Yeah, way better than he was in Inner Space, which I also liked.
Well, that's a Martin Short film.
Vehicle.
I mean, that's all about Marty Short. And who was the girl? Radon Chong?
No, it was what's her face from Harry Met Sally, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Meg Ryan. Yeah.
Mike Beckloff says, "Happy 4th of July, everyone." Thank you, Mike.
Dennis and Meg Ryan met.
Are they married?
They were married.
Oh, they were. Okay, I didn't know that.
They had several kids together.
Yep. You know who I don't think would have done a good Doc Holliday?
No, I don't.
Shaquille O'Neal or Randy Quaid.
No, they say the metal plate in my head's not big enough. Oh, Doc.
I think Shaquille is really fun to watch, like on SportsCenter and stuff. But can you imagine him in like in Tombstone? Well, he's like 25 feet bigger than everybody else.
Yeah, they tried to make him an actor, and he was terrible in it.
I don't think he did very particularly, like in Kazam and some of those other things.
There was a few other things.
But man, that guy is
Shaq, it's your line now.
that dude is cool. Sinbad would have made a much better Doc Holliday than Shaquille. Okay. All right, Chris, let's get down to business here.
Okay.
So guys, we're having a great big inventory reduction sale. And I also want to tell you about a customer appreciation deal that we're going to have later in August. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So behind us, we have a bunch of guitars that are 55% off and some that are 17.76% off. But a couple that I want to bring to your immediate attention, we've got a couple that I did in the last workshop, and these were originally loaded with EMG pickups. Now, I am not wrong about a lot of things. I'm wrong about most things. And in the instance of these guitars, I thought people will like these with EMGs. We've got some EMGs. Let's build guitars and load them with EMGs. I don't think it really worked out to be quite so cool. So
we got them done and hung them up and went
nifty Nina Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, Chris and I replaced the EMG pickups in both these guitars that you're about to see with some TTG Pure Juice pickups. Now, if you get these guitars, I strongly urge you to pay a little bit more and have us load these with Dylan, his what does he call those? The flat six pickup set, maybe. It's
I just call them up and go, I need some of them telly pickups.
Get Dylan telly pickups.
Yeah.
We'll get them for you. We'll put them in for you. Or you can just buy the pickups from Dylan and you can put them in.
You can have the fun of taking it apart, bonding with it and putting it back together.
Now, because these are on the website advertised with EMG pickups, I'll send you the EMG pickups too, and you can put them in a drawer, put them in the guitar, you can do whatever you want with them. But but get a load of this one. Okay, will you hold this one? Oh, and show the neck too, because
this neck it's
stunning.
Flamey goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yeah, even on this camera, that neck shows up. Yep. That's how good it is.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. And then I think this one's pretty neat as well. Both of them are hollow, yes?
Yes, very, very light.
Okay.
Even without strings.
It's right. Well, strings even are going to add 5 or 6 pounds. They're like under, or actually, no, they're like just barely over 6 pounds, both these guitars.
Are they?
I weighed them out, yeah.
Okay.
So we had this one too, and it's basically a Strat version, but you'll notice it's got a telly bridge, which I think is
whoa. How'd that happen?
How'd that happen? We had one. We didn't. I actually had to buy it.
Actually, you came up with the idea before you came up with the parts.
You know, Fender made something like this. I don't know if it was hollow, but they made a Strat, they made a Strat that had a bunch of telly hardware in it. I think it's kind of cool, and it's slightly more unique than, say, putting a telly hardtail bridge or abbreviated bridge on there and then just loading the pick guard up. It's a little more unique. So yeah, and I think that if you buy this guitar, you better come correct, because it's pretty snazzy. I also changed the knobs on this one, and I changed the switch tip cover. Doesn't it look?
That's worth.
I tell you, the price stayed the same. I had the original like Strat plastic knobs, and I'm like, I'm going to put the telly knobs back on there. I think that's neat. So these guitars are on the website. They're available right now. They're pretty cool. But they come with those EMG pickups, and these guitars would both be really, really cool if you had us put in a set of Dylan's Telecaster pickup sets, or Telecaster, a set of Dylan's Telecaster pickups. If you wanted to do it on your own, we'll just send you the guitar and you can wire it up. No big deal. It's easy to do, right?
It's fun and easy.
Easy and fun. Or you can pay us a little bit more and we'll do it. So anyway, these guitars are on the website right now, unless somebody already bought them. And super, super light. Okay. Let's take a super chat from Dylan, who says, I have a super cool new telly pickup that I will talk about tonight. Never before seen. Dylan, let me ask you, do you consider this one of those a good vehicle for your new Telecaster pickup? Rod says, just out of curiosity, what kind of pots and switches do you use? Well, Rod, just out of curiosity, why do you want to know? No. CTS pots and
Nenyas.
What do we use for the use the Switchcraft switch for like the Les Paul style switch.
Yeah, and CTRL. We use
for the Strat ones.
Yeah, or Oak Frisbee switches. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
Don't cheap out on. The funny thing is the cheap stuff at like wholesale, not much more than, or not much less than the good stuff. You know, I mean, you're saving $3, $4 on all of it, $10 maybe at the most.
Yeah.
I've started using lots and lots of cloth wire because I like the way it works and I like the way it stays where you put it, and it looks nice when you take the back cover off. So things like that doesn't really change things. Now, if tariffs go into effect, big trouble. Yeah,
tariffs.
Those guitars are going to go up dollars on our end.
Tariffs.
But it just doesn't cost that much more to use good stuff and feel good about what it is.
Yeah, we don't make so many guitars that we actually save. Like, for example, if we save $5 on a guitar, it's only $5. It's not like we're making 10,000 guitars and $5 per guitar adds up to whatever that is.
The Bahamas at the end of the year. Yeah.
So
somebody once told me that the sole reason that Ford has factories in Mexico is because the Ford people like to go to on vacation in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not really how that works.
I can't imagine that is anything but 100% true.
Yeah. Otherwise, everybody would have a manufacturing plant in Hawaii. Well, they don't really save any money.
Sure.
Making stuff in Mexico. They just, they like to go there on vacation. Take the kids out.
That's preposterous and inaccurate too. Dylan says that he mentioned it because he thinks that he feels correctly that these two guitars would both be excellent vehicles for the his new Tele pickup. That is, to quote Dylan, hotter and badder ass than ever. I mean, you guys know that we love Dylan and we love his pickups, and it's kind of a de facto thing, unless like somebody says, I want whatever in my guitar. I want those specific things. Our like default super nice pickup is Dylan Talks Tone pickup.
Yeah.
So much so that if Dylan even cuts us a little bit of a break and would cut you a break too. Like if you use the code in our link here on this video, I think you save a little bit of money and we get a taste of it. So yeah. Doc says, hope you have an awesome July 4th weekend. Thank you, Doc. I plan on doing that.
It works out really well this year because 4th is on a Friday.
Yeah.
So it's, a good solid 3-day weekend. You don't have to feel guilty, but you also don't have to take off a random Thursday, kind of a thing.
And then go back on.
And then or whatever it is. Yeah. So 4th of July or July 4th, Independence Day, and then 2 recovery days. 100%.
Chris Hendricks got a good deal during the 4th of July sale. He says he's doing work on an airplane for a buddy, and what his buddy bought him was this guy right here. The let's see, and it is a cherry top no cutaway. I love this thing, Chris. Now we're shipping this out on Monday because your friend said he's going to be out of town or something. So we're going to be shipping it out on Monday. Do you want this set up for slide, or do you want it set up for? I don't think I need another one, Chris. Or maybe you got 2 and you're going to drink 2.
Just in case.
Yeah. Do you want this set up for slide or something else? This thing is super cool. Yeah, this thing rules. So anyway, and it's going home with Chris Hendricks.
Yeah, not me.
Not you. Yeah. Van Shank Guitars says Happy Independence Day. Thank you, my friend. Okay. Customer appreciation deal. We have 3 spots that are available for our August workshop.
Let's talk about what the August workshop are.
Okay.
And how we came to this predicament.
Yeah. So the August workshops they're the same workshop, and they are our ultimate semi-hollow body guitar building workshop. And it all started out when our friend Paul Hall from the UK said, I'm going to be in town. I'm going to be in the United States.
I want to come out to another class.
Yeah, here's when I'm going to be here.
This block of time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind building.
Oh no, it was, I absolutely definitely want to make this. Can you guys work with me?
Yeah, and we kind of went, well, no. And then we remembered what a good guy Paul was. And we said, okay, we can do that.
So it is.
So don't let us down, Paul.
It is essentially our icon style guitar with some refinements to make sure that it can be done in 5 days. And
with one big change.
Possibly 2.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Chris.
Actually, maybe 3 or 4 changes. But
so the big change is you get to do a cutaway.
Yes.
Okay. So let's take a quick super chat from Mike, who says, "Be safe on the 4th, buy a 5th on the 3rd." So I forget. Oh, so how's that going to work? What do you mean? Like you can, if you want, do a cutaway?
Well, so the body is going to come 100% outline. But through the magic of
Luthery.
Yeah. And Chris and Matt being just smart enough to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You can design and cut away your own cutaway.
Just like Greg did in the workshop last week.
Yes. And there's, well, I won't speak out of turn, but the other thing that differs from the icon is typically we don't put 2 pickups in them, but that is an option you have as well.
That's right. So you could
also maybe one other thing, but we haven't completely talked about that.
So you could put a pickup in the neck and the bridge. You could do a lower cutaway. You could even do an upper cutaway.
I wasn't going to say that because I wasn't sure if that was.
I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that, but
I all of a sudden that guitar gets real small and funky.
But some people might want to do it. I don't know.
Maybe, but yeah, you could do a bridge pickup.
No, you got to do a neck pickup.
Nobody's going to want to do that anyway, but
no, that would be dumb. You could put
one in the neck, one in the neck and bridge.
Yep. So those workshops are August 4th, the week of August 4th, and the week of August 18th. Now, we got to the point where we sold a bunch of the workshops, and then our good friend Mike Beckloff said, "Hey, I want to come do that, and I want to bring my 2 sons."
Yeah, no, if Mike said that, we'd be like, well, tough rocks. But he said, and I want to bring my 2 kids out again.
The Beckloffs are always fun. We always have a good time with those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And we said, okay, yeah, we can do that. Sure. 3 Beckloffs.
So we actually added another workshop, just like it's the all Beckloffs all the time workshop. But
so that's the second one.
That's the second one. Okay. The one on the 18th.
Yes.
Okay. So then something happened. I think we had somebody drop out of the first one. So there's 1 space left in the first one, August 4th. There's
Dennis Vest decided to sign up for the second.
Vest decided to sign up for the second one. So
where the 4th guy came from in that class.
So there's 2 spots left in the second one, August 18th. So we got to fill the other 3 spots.
We really, really want to.
Yeah. And Chris came up with a marvelous idea. Customer appreciation.
And it hurt.
No, it didn't. Customer appreciation for these workshops. Now, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to add a couple of caveats. Okay. This is open to everyone who's come out to a workshop in the past. Okay. Only. Exclusively for people who've come to workshops in the past.
That's part 1 of customer appreciation.
Part 1.
We appreciate that you've come to another class.
Yep.
Here's the deal.
The deal is the workshop is 15% off. And we got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, what about the 9 guys who signed up already?
Yeah.
So,
and this isn't like Dillard's where, you buy your jeans on Friday and on Sunday they go on sale.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is if you're one of the 9 guys who already signed up, we're going to give you a 15% off coupon to a future workshop. Okay.
15% off to you.
All right. So,
but
basically everybody who signs up for the August class gets 15% off. The 9 people who signed up already, you get 50% off your next one. The 3 guys who are going to sign up, they get 15% off
on that one.
Yeah.
But
But wait, there's more. Dylan will actually be here on the 18th.
Okay.
So he's going to be here for the second one, and he's going to have his pickup stuff. You'll be able to either, and Dylan, if you're still watching, correct me if I'm wrong, you can either have Dylan wind you some pickups while he's here, or Dylan can teach you how to wind pickups with his stuff.
And either way, I mean,
while you're
just watching Dylan do it is probably enough.
It's going to be
unless
cool.
You want to break some wire, and that's fun too.
Yep. Okay. So here's the thing. None of this stuff is on the website right now because I'm having an issue with the website. So if you want to do this, send me an email. Okay. There's one other thing though. What's the other thing?
The other thing is if those 3 spots do not fill, all of this is null and void. Mm-hmm. So for those of you that are coming, and you might have a friend that's on the fence, now's a perfect time to talk him into coming. You know,
like Gary and Jay are coming for they're buddies. They're coming out together. They're going to have a great time.
Yeah. Maybe they got a third guy. Maybe, everybody wants to kind of split the difference.
Mm-hmm.
What we didn't want to do was kind of throw the guys that stepped up early.
Yeah. We're not going to do that.
Now we're gonna put it on sale, and I don't think anybody would think that, but we wanted to be fair,
just in case.
Just in case somebody felt hurt by, well, if I'd known it was going to go on sale, then I'd have waited until the last minute.
Now Jay has a good point. He's like, man, I'm in the first class, so I'm going to miss Dylan. Okay, but. And I bet you Jay already has Dylan pickups for his class, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and I'll bet you Dylan, not that you're going to be here for it, but I bet you Dylan would want you some pickups here and probably write on them, made exclusively for Jay Valenti at the second Build a Hollow Body class.
Yeah.
Do not break.
Do not wreck.
Yeah.
Josh Smith says, I can't wait to have the cheddar to attempt a class one day. Based on that, where do you think Josh is from?
Don't know.
I'm going to say East Coast. Josh, tell me if I'm wrong.
All right.
He says, for now, I'll super chat and hope the old lady gets lucky at the casino. Well, Josh, I hope for your sake that everybody gets wins big at the casino. And and thank you for the super chat. Mike says, Dylan brought me up to the learning curve quickly on winding pickups at the Dylan Batfish workshop. That was a fun one. When Dylan was coming out here more regularly to do pickup winding, it was always fun. And he and I have been wanting to do that again. And it's just, people get busy, and then it's like time goes.
Yeah, well, and we talked about it early spring, and and then time just disappears, and the next thing you know, it's like, well, maybe you can do it in the fall. He was going to come out a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's right.
One of those classes, and we just didn't have enough.
It was going to be
come out
last week.
Was it that class?
Yeah, it was Chris's mystery workshop. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and we had one guy signed up until right at the end, and then Greg Baker signed up. So we had 2 guys. But it's fun to have Dylan in the shop and wind pickups and just nerd out on guitar stuff.
You're right. It is fun. Josh says he was born in CA, lives in OK. And the U.S. Army affected his accent. So, yeah. Kevzilla says Amazon stock paid for my Challenger, kind of like gambling. That's cool.
There you go. Yeah.
Which Challenger did you get, Kev? Hey,
yeah.
Oh, I know. It's the one that needs to be assembled over there. Yeah, the limbo one.
Oh yeah.
Duh.
I was thinking all I remember is Zilla. It's like, it's not Godzilla, but something Zilla.
And Kevzilla's
green.
Kevzilla's I don't think his first name is Kevin. So if I recollect correct. So anyway, guys, if you have Amazon stock and you want to save nearly 20%, all of our Challenger 57 limited edition guitars pre-order are 17.76% off right now. Use code America Rocks 57 and at checkout, and you don't have to put all the money down. It's like $500 down. So yeah. Anyway, what else, Chris?
I don't know.
Okay,
we're busy.
We are busy.
We're staying busy.
Yeah,
we're going to be busy.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
When do you anticipate the hustlers will be done? I know we're waiting on parts and stuff too.
Yeah, a little bit. I think several of them will be done next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Several of them will be done the following week.
Okay.
So something can happen. We don't have a class in July.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And so a bunch of stuff's going to get done this month.
Yeah.
We're just in the first week. Pickup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
That avocado's kicking back from breakfast.
Oh, I had avocado at lunch, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Well, I don't know. I think I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about, and it's a holiday weekend, and I kind of want to turn it over to Dylan because he's got some big announcements happening tonight.
Yep.
Again, if you want to take advantage of the deal right now, 55% off a bunch of guitars that we built during workshops, and Dylan's got a really cool new Tele pickup set, or maybe just one. I don't know if it's a set or just the whole thing.
Sure it is.
But we've got really cool guitars that would be just about perfect to plop those into and be the first one on your block to have something cool, something you can't just go buy at, the big box store.
Yeah. And sometimes, having something that nobody else has is cooler than having the same thing that everybody else has.
Yeah.
No matter how good that other thing is.
Remember when White Falcons used to be like super, super rare and you know what I say now? If you're having guitar problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a Gretsch ain't one. I think that the Gretsch kind of lost a lot of cool points to me.
Yeah.
I still think they're neat, but it's like, they're everywhere now.
Oh, yeah.
And the electromatic ones and the
yeah. So it's a lot like cars. I mean, you can have and people are into different things, but I think everybody can appreciate a really cool hot rod.
Yeah.
Or a really cool, old muscle car that's been redone in that. And the only guys that really dig 2025 Corvettes are 2025 Corvette guys that own a 2025 Corvette. Everybody else is like, well, that's just a new car.
They're like 80-year-old men in jorts.
Yeah, meeting for coffee on a Wednesday afternoon at the local whatever place. And and even those guys dig the hot rods. Yeah. But nobody's really wanted.
What's the coolest Gretsch? The one you can't get all over the place, probably, whatever that one that is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, having something really, really cool and really, really unique and being kind of in that really tiny club, not the giant, 2025 Corvette club.
Yeah.
Is infinitely cooler than the Firefly Club.
Yeah.
Or the
that's a lousy club. Yeah.
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 When you lead off with
I think you're right.
It's a really good deal for the money. Or it's just as good as
equals this is lame.
Yeah, kick-ass hot rods. No, they never go, well, this is just as good as a Honda Accord.
Yeah, you don't have to say that.
No, nobody
cool.
asks. Yeah. What'd it cost? It costs what it costs. How cool is it? It's really cool.
By the way, I saw that El Camino at the shop down the street.
Yeah, and it's funny because
it's a cool one.
They're like yin and yang on colors. One's white with black stripes, the other was black with white stripes. There's a Ranchero and an El Camino sitting nose to nose at a really crappy used car lot here.
The El Camino looks way cleaner than the Ranchero.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I'll bet you they're both fairly crappy based on that car dealership. And
they're both
too much money for
I think you're right. And probably the vintage on I think the El Camino might be a 72. I don't think it's a 73 body style. I don't think. But I could be wrong.
think it's got square headlights.
Maybe. Okay. All right, gang. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it a day here. And I want you to go over and check out my friend, your friend, Chris's friend,
our friend,
Dylan McCurchie, and his lovely wife, Leslie, over at Dylan Talks Tone. I'm going to enjoy a really nice weekend. And
you think you are until tomorrow night. And I'll come in Monday and you'll be like, fireworks were son of a,
Oh, I'll probably just go to the basement.
You could do that. Yeah. How's Milo with fireworks?
Neither one of us like fireworks. So yeah, we might be sleeping in the basement. Yeah.
Well, but can you still hear? You probably still hear them.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. I haven't had a whole lot of, I don't know that I've had any issue with fireworks this week yet, which is unique for my neighborhood.
It's been way better than it has been in the last year.
Okay,
so yeah.
Good.
Lefty wants to know if we're going to see him on Sunday. Yeah, I think we probably will, Lefty. And I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we'll do something. So anyway, so one of the things I'll be doing during Matt's Old Man Flaherty's Stay Off My Lawn weekend is I'll probably do a video for Sunday. So.
And lots of time in the pool and or spa.
I will definitely be in the horse trough pool. Yeah.
There you go.
Searching for Tone says, what did I miss?
All of it.
Yeah, you missed the whole shooting match, buddy.
You're going to have to go back and watch.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time, and have a great Independence Day. Have a great weekend, and stay safe and try to not blow parts off your body.
Yeah. Not big.